Last week, we told you our high win rate mode won 66.7% of the time. Today, we're changing that number to 63.3. Nobody forced us to. No exchange, no regulator, no angry user. We rebuilt our own testing engine. It disagreed with the number we had published, and we're going with the stricter answer. This episode is the full story of that rebuild, what was broken, what we fixed, and why an indicator that publishes a lower number is one you can trust more. We commissioned a hostile review of our own code, someone whose job was to break it. They found 3 real problems. 1. Ghost targets. After a trade closed, some old target levels weren't fully cleared inside the script, so days later a price touch could pop a label for a trade that no longer existed. 2. An entry price mismatch. Our published backtest assumed you enter at the open of the bar after the signal. Realistic, because a signal only confirms when its bar closes. But the chart script recorded the signal bar's close as the entry. Small difference per trade, wrong in principle. 3. Friendly rounding on violent bars. When one bar touched both the target and the stop, the old code let the target win. Real trading doesn't work like that. So now, if a bar hits both, we book the loss. Every one of these made the old numbers look slightly better than reality. That's exactly backwards from what a tool you trade with should do. So we rewrote the execution engine from scratch. One shared engine that now powers both of our indicators. This is the OLD version. The gates align, and it tells you to enter right now. Now watch the same July 31st trade, replayed on the new version, bar by bar. First difference, when the 4 gates align, you no longer get an instant enter now. You get setup confirmed, and the label says exactly what happens next. Entry at the next bar's open. 1 bar later, plan open at that bar's open price, the same price the backtest uses, and the whole plan is drawn. Entry, stop below the pivot, and both targets. From there, it manages itself. Half off at target 1, stop to break even, and the trade closes on target 2. Win plus 1.05R. And here's the part that matters. Our Python test harness, running the same trade on the same data, calculated an entry of 64,788.8 and a result of plus 1.05R. The chart and the backtest agree to the decimal. Nothing about the signal changed. What changed is that the chart now trades exactly the way the backtest counts. No early entries, no ghost labels, one plan at a time. And when a bar hits stop and target together, the stop wins. Here's the part we're most proud of. And it's not a feature, it's a folder. Every number we publish now comes from one reproducible testing engine. 5 coins, 2.5 years of 15-minute data, fees included, entries at next bar open. One command reruns everything. When we ran the rebuild engine over the same data, the structure of our old claims held Bitcoin strongest, 2025 a losing year, out of sample better than the design period. But the absolute numbers came out lower, 63.3% instead of 66.7, plus 8.2R instead of 16.8. We can't fully reconstruct how the old numbers were computed, which is precisely the problem with numbers you can't reproduce. So from today, the stricter, reproducible numbers are the official ones. If you ever see an indicator raise its own advertised win rate after an update, ask them for the test they can rerun. We just showed you ours. Quick tour of what's new on screen. First, the setup confirmed label itself. Hover it, and it lists the exact reasons the setup passed. Bullish divergence with the RSI readings, the 1-hour uptrend, the EMA alignment, and the volume multiple, 4.4 times average on this trade. Every plan on your chart can be audited that way. The dashboard gained a setup row too, though be aware it reads armed, only in the instant between the signal bar closing and the next bar opening. The label is the lasting record. The performance table now names its population, managed plans, with the active profile. It counts exactly the trades the engine managed, nothing else. And it gained a max consecutive losses row, because that's the number that tests your discipline. And alerts are now 4 clean types: setup confirmed, plan open, management, plan closed. The setup alert even tells you it is not an entry yet. No more mixed messages. And to be clear about what did not change, the signal itself. Regular RSI divergence, the 1-hour trend filter, the EMA alignment, the volume gate, identical. Those 4 gates are the validated edge, and they stayed frozen through this entire rebuild. Both indicators are free, by the way. The link is in the description. But let's finish the story first. One practical thing if you already run our alerts: TradingView freezes the code inside an alert at the moment you create it. Your old alerts will keep running the OLD script forever. After you update, delete them and create one new alert with any alert function call. That single alert now carries all 4 event types. Next episode, the ladder got an even bigger rebuild: 2 layers, honest names, and 1 validated profile. Both of our indicators, the sniper and the rebuilt ladder, are free permanently when you open an exchange account through our link, finish KYC and your first deposit, and apply on the page. The link is right below. Subscribe so the next update reaches you.